A very good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Potter's Resort here in Norfolk for the Just 2021 World Indoor Bowls Championships. Coming up shortly, our final game for the evening, a fantastic game. Let's have a quick look. And the match officials for this last game are as follows. And now, ladies and gentlemen, very shortly we'll be handing you over to the commentary team from the BBC.
Thank you, Rishi. Yes, the first player we're going to welcome out onto the portable rink this evening has 9 national titles to his credit. He is a Commonwealth medalist and holds 3 WBT titles, including the World Open Pairs title. Your world number 10, from Wales, Jason Greenslade. His opponent this evening is 5 times national and 12 times WBT champion, including 3 Opens pairs and 3 mixed pairs world titles. He's the head coach for Bowls Scotland and the current world ranked number 5, Scotland's David Gourlay, MBE.
Thank you, Rishi. Some of us are just used to long days.
Track length 25.5 metres.
Jason Greenslade, generally accepted as one of the most unpredictable players on the tour, always has been. The shot selection is somewhat different to most people. Usually very aggressive though. And David Gourlay, ultra consistent over the years. World singles champion now 25 years ago. Hard to believe, isn't it, John?
Yeah, time flies. Sure he'd like to win this again. Been close a couple of times. Fantastic record in WBT events. David Gourlay, well respected. As is this man, Jason Greenslade. quality performer over the years. Hasn't won this though.
One red.
David finding a good line in that backhand.
4-inch gap.
4-inch gap. Draw away to it. First hand. Don't want to be losing counts. You're just happy enough. Keep it to single. This is good. No, that's very good. Good ball there.
One red.
How far past is Jason's, please?
12-inch gap.
Depends how much he comes across here, whether it'll have an effect. That won't help Jason.
No, Jason might have played that side to try and get to the ball, the short ball.
There's a little shot in the forehand too, John, if you rise with a little bit of weight just to push the ball onto the jack. Just hard to get back off the line.
Yeah, forehand it is. Wanted to hurry to get to the plant. A little push on it, it's good.
Oh, that was a good effort.
Yeah, very close to what he wanted. Solid connection on that green into the jack would have been good. David's got the backhand draw here. For
Not
number
the
two.
easiest shot to add another. Oh, he's given it a go. Just hasn't got the weight. The line was good.
One shot. David Gourlay. Set score 1-0 after one end.
David Gourlay beat Scott Edwards in the first round.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
7-4, 8-6. Tight enough game. And Jason Greenslade 10-2 against Stuart Bennett, one of my club colleagues. The second set, 7-6. That was a whole lot different and certainly a lot closer. This one looks a bit merry. Yep, going through. Jason get his first 2 bowls going. This could be an interesting clash, John, because he's a very aggressive player. And get his drawing game moving, going strong. Of course, David into playing the difficult shots. Same applies the other way around, of course.
David's still on his backhand, looking to make an adjustment on the weight. Just about, yes.
1 red.
That's number 2.
Yeah, very good weight with that one.
2 red.
Probably more important, he found the line, and Jason Greenslade just left the rink for a moment. He's come back wearing a cap. Obviously find a little bit of glare. He normally would wear a cap, or quite often, so maybe not normally, but certainly quite often. Leads the run. Not quite. You would have thought he would have waited for a
shots.
moment or 2,
David Gourlay.
John, just to play the last bowl and
Set
go
score
off and get his
3-0
cap
after
out of
2
his
ends.
bag.
Not Jason.
He does everything different, doesn't he?
I remember many years ago he left his mobile phone on. Came to the last end, he was playing Robert Wheel and somebody was trying to get hold of him and the phone was going off, David. Robert was on the mat trying to play the bowl and Jason was saying this is ridiculous. Who's phoning to this time?
Jack knight.
Well, a
23
great
and a half
character.
meters.
Oh, he's certainly different as our Jason. Same thing happened in the World Singles, if you remember, the chap from Hong Kong.
I could keep you going all night on stories of Jason, David. But he is a very, very good player. Don't underestimate him in any way. Record proves that, indoor and outdoor.
That ball, please.
20 inches past Jack high.
He's picking the line at the moment, Jason, just a little bit short. David settled quite well on this backhand, playing some good bowls.
Well, he knows the backhand's all about weight, all about pace. Anything over, you just hang off. But, you know, he is picking the line perfectly. As you said, John, he's right behind
It's
it.
almost 2.5 feet short of Jack high.
Jason's got that little, he's got a big backswing and almost slows down that little push delivery.
And a unique grip.
Yes, it all comes around the side of the bowl. And struggling once again. A chance for David Gourlay to put something really close.
1 red.
He's on that little holding line again. Weight's better though.
2 it.
I would expect Jason to change it to the backhand,
Yep.
but he's been playing the forehand side. I don't.
You would also expect him to draw, but you wouldn't be at all surprised if he had a go at the 2 balls.
Well, he's playing the forehand. Weight it is. And that would suggest to me he's not too happy on the backhand line for drawing, David, to play that.
I'm not too happy about the backhand for weight either, because that was definitely a backhand running shot, really, John. The margins of error on the forehand were just reduced dramatically with the short balls.
A little bit heavier with that, David. It's going to a good place there.
Not counting though, 2 balls disappear. So much room to draw it. Back to the draw. This has to have perfect weight.
Probably the shot to play with the 3rd ball, the draw.
Low percentage on that one after a running ball. His tactics are always unpredictable.
2 shots, David Gourlay.
Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Set score 5-0 after 3 ends.
Very close over the years, the head-to-head with these 2 players. Played 7 times. David's won 4, Jason 3.
Jack length 24 metres.
Not much in it. The WBT record is also interesting. David's got 7 titles, Jason 2.
Was a useful ball pass to Jack, particularly playing Jason.
What's the possession, please?
1 green, last ball.
David Gourlay's record of matches played. He's won nearly 3/4 of the 207 matches that he's played on the tour. Very high ratio of wins.
1 red.
Yeah, Mr. Consistency over the years. Man to beat.
207 matches, he's only lost 61, so that's pretty good batting average.
Just a drop. It's going to stay on his running edge.
Fair 1 green.
Could be the last ball.
18 inches short of Jack high.
He's not far away with his third, David. He'd play again. I say he's picking a good line on this backhand. It's all about weight.
Yep, he just needs to get right into it in terms of making sure the line's right, because he's got a ball to rest on. He can afford to be a little bit heavy.
Oh, it's good you played this well.
Perfect delivery. No nudge on the jack either. That wouldn't have helped him.
1 red.
So he knows the line is good. All about weight control then. Nothing much on for Jason now.
Nothing tempting, let's put it that way. Ball on the jack's not going to be very nice. Just trying to draw it. Back positions against him. Oh, he's waving at this, but it's got a lot of work to do.
One shot, David Gourlay.
Set score 6-0 after 4 ends.
A really solid start by David Gourlay. He's in control of the set. Jason hasn't really got going yet. Quite catching the rink.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
He's very much forehand, Jason, on the draw in both directions, David, which suggests to me he doesn't fancy the backhand in either direction, which is a bit of a worry. At some point you've got to play bowls on that side of the green, haven't you?
Yes, but the rink will change. That's the point. You know, the second set in particular, rink in the evening game has a tendency to drop a little bit of pace. So that might change his mind. But at the moment, he needs to get on the card and start to make an impact into this lead that David Gourlay has.
What's the gap, please?
1 inch gap to the jack. One red.
Jason's last ball, please.
Last ball, almost 2 feet past jack high.
David's a very traditional player in that the shot selection, John, we pretty much know what he's going to do. Almost the complete opposite to Jason at times.
Target bowl is to split the green and the jack here. Doesn't want any movement on his shot bowl. Wants to get the centre now. Well,
Yeah,
that's
he's barely making it.
That's good. That's okay.
Yeah, if you're not going to get your target and you come in for a second shot right in front, he'll settle for that.
Yeah, he hasn't widened it as such. Not a lot anyway. Persisting on the draw here, on the forehand. To lose a couple of feet on his last bowl. It's a really good effort by Jason.
That's a super shot. Really is.
1 green.
And it's number 1.
Yeah, really good bowl, needed that.
Well, that's what he's capable of.
Similar bowl required from David Gourlay. certainly picked the line. As a lot of players have been doing, just dropping when they change to that side.
2 forehands have been...
End declared. One shot, Jason Greenslade.
just letting Neil Bryce say that end was
Set score
declared.
6-1 after 5 ends.
Every time they seem to move onto either forehand, there's that possibility of dropping short. Quite sure why, but it's happened so often now that we know that there's a bit of an issue with it. Just the players have to remember, that's all, John. Either that or there's a slow run somewhere. Jason would normally go long, that's his favoured length.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
It's one part of his game that is predictable.
How far past is Jason?
It's 12-inch gap.
Short ball, Jason's is always a problem because you always think he can't get out of jail in the running ball then. The draw's way out of trouble. David's dropped a little bit with this one as well.
One green.
So, advantage to green at the moment. Here. There's no follow-up, John. No reinforcing of the shot.
No, not the best end for both players. David's in a better position. Good first bowl there. Bit of a nightmare for Jason.
No, this one's struggling.
Still not up.
Goodness me, what is going on?
Neither player off the first bowl has improved, really.
The only thing I can think of, really, is the green is, or the rink's changed the pace. Both players running back, they want to get back into, they can have a quick look and don't want to use a timeout. Got to be up with this one. Certainly better.
Yeah, that's in.
Two green.
It's a number one shot.
Which one's the shot? The back ball?
Yes, back ball.
Well, the back bowl's a shot, but it doesn't really matter. You can rest on either bowl, just drop off it, get the shot. Certainly look to push this one a bit more. Yep, pushed it too much. That overcorrection, John, it's all to do with the short bowls. Didn't make any impression on them.
Yeah, it's very difficult. You play a couple of short bowls and you just try to push through and you overdo it.
2 shots, Jason Greenslade.
Set score 6-3 after 6 ends. Jack length 29.5 metres.
It's a better start from Jason, first ball. Certainly a big effort from David to make sure he got that first ball passed on this end after the last end.
I think that was a conscious effort. He left himself nowhere to go in the last end except a perfect drop. This is good again from Jason. Will he tuck it round? Will he ever?
What's the gap, please?
It's excellent.
Gap is 4 inches.
It was a good effort, but still 2. Might change his hand here. Just leave that red ball where it is. Doesn't really want to touch it. Certainly going deep with that one, but I thought he'd been after the red ball. So far away from it, John, it must have been a very deliberate back ball.
Yeah, it was, I think.
He reckons David's going to have a go at this. Well, it depends whether, if he does make the right contact, if the jack hits the back red one or not. Well, sticking to the draw.
Of the jack here.
Yep, got it.
That's a great ball by David Gourlay.
Well, to be truthful with you, I didn't think he could see enough of the jack to do that. I thought it was only a quarter jack he could see.
Possible third, but favour yours.
But that was a very good conversion. Really good. Calling it to hurry. He's on the ball. Oh. That's a brilliant recovery shot as well. This is good stuff.
Yeah, just warming up this end now, and that's
2 seconds at least.
a big ball from Jason. Needed that. Solid on the red, pushes it away. Of course, there's opportunities for Gourlay here. He's got seconds.
Certainly worth reaching the ball. Jack's good if he goes with it.
Playing it. Looking for the green bowl clean. Doesn't want the jack, just a bowl. Got it.
Got it. Well played, David
good
Gourlay.
strike.
Yeah, and not only that, but his own ball stayed in as well, John. So it's a bit of an all-round measure.
Looking at the third one, I think.
Umpire, please.
That was a great shot, wasn't it? It was just something special about the way he played this ball, taking it out clean. Got one of his own, but he stayed in.
He's always been very good at that shot.
2 red.
And solid into the reds.
Measure for 3.
Looks like a 3 at best. 2 out.
That one's not in.
David's ready to go with the mat.
Yeah, I think he knew that certainly the front one wasn't there, but they're just going to check it to make sure.
Got the 2 out of it. Stretches his lead.
2 shots. David Gourlay.
Well, that's 5 shots now and 2 ends that Jason Greenslade needs. And that's only to draw the set. And to be fair, he played some very good balls there.
Yeah, he did.
Set score 8-3 after 7
Did
ends.
nothing wrong on that end. Just down to David Gourlay's brilliance.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Two decent balls to start with. 15 inches behind the jack.
Shot, please.
1 green.
It's got a bit of work to do, this one. Dropping short, not much. Might just have made it. Picking out the line, but missing the weight.
Two green at the moment.
Winner of this match will play Catherine Redknapp. Sort of form she was in against Alex Marshall. It's going to be a tough one.
That's number 3.
Right. David's still got the draw, but the front ball touches that at all, it's going to wreck him. Surprised he's not going for the running ball here.
He's had second thoughts now. He's gone down to the mat end and he's
Timeout called.
thinking probably what you just said, David.
It is
He
4
could
timeouts
wreck on
remaining.
that ball.
Yeah, you know, it's just the angle he has to come in at, John. You know, it's fine if he's coming in like that. That's okay, but he's going to be leaving it vulnerable as well. You know, it's a difficult situation there. It really, really is. So the alternative is to drive on the forehand and try and just get right into the jack. It's also a backhand drive. It's just David prefers the forehand.
Not a lot to hit there, though.
No, it's full of holes and gaps.
Yeah.
All sorts of things. It's a risky one to take on. It's on the backhand. Must be trying to draw it.
He's backing himself to lose a couple of feet of weight on his last ball. Certainly got the line. Needs to pass the front. Hasn't played it.
No, he didn't have the weight on it, and everything had to be perfect, John. That's why I was thinking of the running ball. Just and that was just for damage limitation. That was all. Try and take something off. Neither of the shots looked terribly appetizing, but big end here for Jason Greenslade. You pick up a 4, he's right back in this.
Yeah, he needs to put this last one in now.
Needs to stop.
It's okay, no problem.
Yep.
Played it well. Full house.
Well,
4 shots, Jason Greenslade.
it should have been a set that was put to bed by David
Set
Gourlay,
score
but
8-7
the last
after 8
4
ends.
ends, he's only added 2 shots. Jason's added 7.
Yeah, good ball by Jason. David will be disappointed there. I mean, it's just a case of tying it up on that end and maybe losing a single or a double. That was a disaster, the 4.
Yeah, so it was loose, and it's not like him. Normally he's very good about keeping the heads tight.
Jack length 28 metres.
If Jason can get something out of this set, he'll be a very relieved man. He's looking good. Oh yeah. Front toucher.
And it flops down as well. That's very good.
1.5 inch gap.
What does David do here? Does he think about playing a little bit of weight? He's only got 1 ball in the head, but he needs to open it or go back, go deep.
He slipped onto his backhand. Not attacking it with this, but on that line, it looks like he's going behind the jack.
He's making his intentions pretty obvious.
Yeah, he's putting the early back bowl in.
1 green.
Gives him 2 balls to hit. Now I think Jason will probably go deeper than that red ball.
Depends on the angle, whether it's going straight onto it or not. Terribly unlucky if that happens.
I'll
But
be surprised if it is.
Jason
I
has 4-10
think
much.
it's probably going past if it's struck. So
respot
toward the
position
ditch.
wouldn't be bad, because you get best back and also cover the respot. So that wouldn't be a bad decision.
It's got to be a cover ball anyway.
Yep. It has to be. There's the deep ball going in. That depends where this finishes. Looking for the respot. Oh, that's good. Best back and respot. That's a clever ball.
Yeah, just about perfect there now.
Well, it's an interesting one for David because it'd be more or less I'm getting a half set out of this if I leave it and just try and draw it. If I go plundering into it, I could take my own ball out and have a set lie against. So it's not the easiest decision. Here it comes.
Having a little plunder, as you said, Dave. A running ball.
Oh, he's under it.
Only just.
Yeah. I knew he was under. If he's going to hit it, he doesn't want to hit it on that edge, John, because that's just bringing the jack back. But it was obvious from yards away. He was missing it. Albeit by a fraction in the end.
Frightened it. He frightened it, but didn't move it.
Yep. Jason now looking for the 2 shots if he can get it. Maybe add the other one. Just not getting back.
Well then.
This is tricky. This is tricky for David Gourlay because if he gets his own ball with a couple of meters, he pumps it out and he loses the set. No, this is where the danger is. You can see, John,
3 10 minutes remaining.
in many ways it's this ball here. You know, that creates a problem for David Gourlay because if that ball's removed, you've got all the other green balls. You know, obviously that's the first one. Then you've got the second one if it goes. Doesn't matter about the third one, but it's in there.
Yeah. The problem is if he hits the green ball, there's no guarantee he's going to get the shot anyway because he hasn't got the best back. So,
and it might go with it.
yes, exactly. Could go 2 down there, or he could go 2 down if he removes his own ball.
I think he might draw this. Just take a chance just drawing it. There's just too many things to go wrong. Yeah, I think that's a sensible shot, David. You know, it's guaranteed half a set. Give it a chance to draw it. Not far away. Ooh, big effort, but we just had to accept that, really.
One shot, Jason Greenslade. First set tied.
The big problem was missing with the third ball.
Yeah, the big problem really was the previous end.
Yes,
top
well,
in the 4,
forward,
so
yeah.
I'd say that was where the problem was. Tied set.
Yes, you quite often don't lose or tie a set from the last end where that's where the issue is. It's normally an end or 2 before, but not always. Still, we have had a couple of tied sets before during the tie break, but it is unusual and rare.
23.5 metres.
Almost 3 feet short of jack high.
Feel like winning the set to Jason, really getting a tie. Came on strong at the end of that set. Played much better with his early bowls then. Needs to keep it going now.
It was a very strange ending to the set, John, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's one of them. David really, up until that point, had probably been the better players, no doubt about that, but hadn't really been peppering the jack.
No.
Couple of loose ends. It's a good ball with him. The line, Jason, there. Going under again. Seen that happen with a few players.
2 red. 10 inches short of jack high.
Yeah, it's been one of those games where both players have played some very good ends, but they've also looked a bit vulnerable at times as well. Lack of consistency over the set.
Yeah, there's been a couple of scrappy ones, and Jason's in the middle of one now. In the meantime, David's popping another one in, but again, it's a distance away.
3 red.
It's 3 red, but there's only one really decent ball in there. Wow. Not sure that's what he was looking for, but it is a result.
Certainly loosened his arm with that.
There was an element of getting it out of the system, wasn't there?
Close for shot.
The mat's well up, so he should be able to get on the narrow side without any problems. It's all down to how close he can get to it. Looks like he's running a shade or two. Wow. Goodness me. And for David Gourlay, that's very loose. It's not like him at all.
Time out, please. Work on.
Plenty of room here, Dave. You can park your Bentley in there.
Talk to me about my Bentley, please. A little touch on the jack. He can make a double here. No. Has moved it.
Little bit. Just edged it.
1 shot, Jason Greenslade.
Just the one.
Jason has 3 timeouts remaining.
Set score 0-1 after 1 inch.
Just in case any poor soul thinks I drive a Bentley, I do not.
Jack length 29 metres.
What's the gap, please? 5-inch gap.
Last time was very typical Jason Greenslade, though, wasn't it? 2 short balls, bang, hits a front ball in, on the respot, draws a shot.
Yeah, I think he was toiling a bit with weight and line, so he decided to try and clear the front, and obviously got a good connection on the short one.
Sometimes you have to do that in a match just to try and loosen the arm up a little bit, change the pattern a little bit. Comes off for you, it's great. If it doesn't, well, you haven't really lost an awful lot, just 1 ball. Oh, it's definitely helped.
Better from David.
Just enough for the jack. He was going through the hole. Going through the gap.
1 red.
Just held on to it.
He's dropping that short ball.
1 red.
Jason, can I see that?
Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
David likes to see the peg at the side of the rink. You can just see one there. Just shows the extremities of the rink. Likes to see that when he's delivering, going the other direction.
Got to say, these players seem to be struggling on the pace. I don't know if it's dropped by quite a bit, David. A lot of short balls, aren't there?
Yeah, it does do that. It's usually round about the second set. John, you know, it's been a characteristic. Drops a yard or so, and does it gradually. It doesn't do it all of a sudden, but it seems to be over a period of 2 or 3 ends. So it adapts to that quickest. Needs to drop back. It's close.
1 green.
1 green.
12 inches past jack high.
Sometimes the bowling here can look very easy, but there's, like a lot of things in life, there's a complexity to it people don't know about.
David needs to reach here now.
Doing his best for this one. Doesn't want the jack onto the green though. He might have been unlucky.
Yeah, he's still 1 down. He was 1 down before.
1 shot, Jason Greenslade.
Set score 0-2 after 2 ends. Jack length 29.5 metres.
Just past, is it?
He's definitely tightened up those
Yes,
first bowls.
5 inches past jack
Since that
high.
hit.
Yeah, good ball there in reply.
Do you want against, please?
Yes, 1 red.
Just means Jason can afford to reach this, come off his own bowl, pick the jack up. If he misses it, he comes into a good position. Nothing for short. Just narrow that line, John, because I quite like that sort of weight to do a bit of
4 inches
damage.
short of jack high.
Yeah, he'll always reach through it normally if he's a couple of shots down.
Don't think David got that tan and in Glasgow this winter.
One red.
Spends a lot of time in Spain, David Gourlay.
One green.
Touch on the side bowl, drops in. Position, 2 balls either side of the jack.
Timeout called.
We'll take a look at this, David
There's
Gourlay.
2 timeouts remaining.
Once again, it's not a lot on if he's playing weight. It's a danger of edging his own red away, Dave.
Yep, he's 1 down. Still some time to go here with regards to the set. There's 6 ends after this. Certainly do not want to be in a position of running his own ball off.
Just playing over the draw, a couple of metres of weight here.
It's not going to get down though. Well, actually that's not that bad. That's kept the ball in the rink. Always on the wide side so he didn't get his own ball.
It's a good spot.
There's only 1 shot on this. I'm not sure if it's worth David Gourlay playing too much at it again. Could go all wrong and lose more.
No, he's slipping back to the forehand now. I'd expect a draw.
Didn't get the clear road. The weight was decent though.
1 shot, Jason Greenslade.
Set score 0-3 after 3 ends.
Again, it's a funny old end, that one. You know, once again, David Gourlay was left in a position of not really being able to attack it. He didn't have the balls in the right place. 3 singles for Jason Greenslade. Time for David Gourlay to get onto the board. Lovely trophy that is.
Jack length 29.5
Very
metres.
creative design with the balls. I wonder who've done that. It's very attractive.
Someone that really knows the sport, actually. Just very pretty it is. Jason's play. He plays across the body a little bit on his forehand so he can hold the line. But on the backhand, it's almost like, you know, he takes a foot less than everybody else.
Very close for shot.
Played it well.
1 green.
Well, that should force. Well, it may not actually. Jason can come around that. He's leaving those green balls vulnerable though on the forehand, John. Should he really try and change it a bit?
Well, he's going to keep this backhand at the moment.
Plays on that inside of the mat, almost walks off to the side of the mat after delivery.
If it's centred, wouldn't be a bad bowl now. Doesn't want to frame it.
Line's good.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. David Gourlay would have been thinking about running those bowls.
He could still play something through it on the other side, David Gould, on the backhand side.
Not as pretty.
No, it's not, and he's not far away on the draw with the last bowl. Gonna stick with that. He needs to find a sort of 2 feet, get to the green bowls. Hasn't played it.
He's down in terms of weight.
Penny for his thoughts then. Waste of a good line really, was spot on for the line. Very frustrating.
David's missed a few third bowls and needed to make an impact on the head, and he hasn't done so. In the meantime, Jason's dropping in.
That's good. That's a very good bowl there.
1 green.
It's probably not another shot, but
Close, but it's apparently only one. Now David trying to find a meter of weight here. Same line as his third ball.
certainly looks better. He needs a solid contact and stop and drop.
Yeah.
Well, played that well. Has he made it too? It was not an easy shot to play with that weight.
Okay.
It's got to be worth a measure.
Yeah, played this well. He had to find extra weight. He had to make sure he's reaching.
1 red.
Settle on the
Measure for
greens.
6.
Needed that one as well to score. So a stage where the set will start drifting away.
Tricky measure, isn't it? David's already placed the mat well up the rink.
One shot, David Gourlay.
Just the one. It was Jason's last ball that actually ended up second shot. So he was lying a couple.
Jack left, 23.5 metres.
Short jack length that David favours, 23.5 metres, just a half a metre beyond the minimum distance of 23, but he's not following up on the first one. A bit inconsistent tonight, both players.
Jason looking just to adjust the weight now. Use a couple of feet to get the bend. Overdone it. It's good. Very good. Squeezed around the front green.
Did well to make that, John, because that green ball was only about a foot or so short.
Yeah.
It should normally be a Jason runner. Let's see if he plays it quick. Oh, that looks narrow. Yeah, it just didn't look right. It looked tight all the way.
Wasn't a full drive. Firm enough.
Difficulty for Jason is that he could take the two bowls out, but he might even take his own bowl out. Still be one down. See where David puts this one. Might just try and add another. It's here. Well, that's a. Yeah. That's a strange one, because if Jason's running at things, even behind the jack would have been good.
Run again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Same hole, same gap, same miss.
2 shots, David Gourlay.
Set score 3-3 after 5 ends.
It's a very strange game, isn't it, John?
Yeah, I mean, it's not being critical of. I think both players, when they come off, will say it's been very scrappy. I think that's the word they'll probably use. The scrappy games are good games to win if you can get through.
Oh, absolutely.
Jack length 23 metres.
There's a lot of players sitting at home that have played extremely well, John, and wondered how they lost.
But that's tournament players in any sport. You know, don't always play well every game.
There's always one that you get away with. Calling at the ball to get it up. Well, it's more than good enough. Problem for the short jack length is, John, if you green the ball just even a fraction too wide, really struggles to get back. Jason playing off the inside of the mat. As we're saying, he seems to hold the line on the forehand as well. Needs to encourage this one because it's well short.
Have a look that he pushed through with that at all. He didn't let it go. Nod of the head, doesn't need to be told. Now then, David, small adjustment you needed.
Well, he plays off the outside, David, on the forehand quite often, but trying to guarantee the line. He's really lost his weight.
It's his time now to go down and contemplate. Both players are having a tough time at the moment.
Fighting with themselves, wondering how on earth is this such a struggle. And they're both very honest enough to say it. It was definitely a struggle out there tonight.
Well, he's found one.
Yep.
2 green.
2 green. Nothing much on for David Gourlay except a draw shot. Oh, he can't possibly think about the backhand, is he?
Running it
Oh, goodness me.
down the gap, looking for a connection.
Well,
1 green.
it wasn't what he was looking for, John, but he got one out.
Yeah, I think that tells you his mindset at the moment. He's not that confident of drawing anything.
That was never the bowl he was trying to be anywhere near. He got a wing off that. Jason should have been drawing for 3 here instead of 2. Should be good enough.
Two shots, Jason Greenslade.
Set score 3-5 after 6 ends.
I think when you've got 2 players of this sort of caliber out there, John, and it's easy up here, I know that's easy for people watching at home as well, but we get 2 players gone off their line and weight just as much as this in terms of consistency. The rink must be changing quite a lot.
Jet length 29.5 metres.
It's just going to be a bit of a battle for the last 3 ends.
Yeah, well, it's advantage Greenslade at the moment. The way the match has gone, been really unpredictable on the scoring. You wouldn't guarantee anything.
That's a good first ball on a new length.
One green. 2 feet past jack high.
Certainly more like the Jason that we're used to.
Which is a shot.
Yeah, I think he gave himself a talking to last end.
Last
He's
ball,
got a couple
10
of good
inches short.
balls in since then.
Move on to the forehand. A lot of people have been dropping short in this forehand. From the other side of the rink, so a little extra push needed. And that's what David's played. Needs to cling on to it. He has. Good ball. And a very good ball.
1 red.
Yes.
They've upped their game. They've been both talking to themselves down there. David Gourlay was doing the same.
Urging it on.
Well, he knew he wasn't far away. And dropped against the bias. I'm going to touch the ball. Flopped the other way. He wouldn't have been getting the shot, but it would have been a very good second.
David forced really, slipping onto the backhand side. He can't afford to turn the green in off the other side. What about good weight here? Far away. It's a clear road. Unfortunate. Covers his own red ball slightly though.
Can't see Jason doing anything here other than draw. You never know though. He sees things in a very strange way.
Timeout called. Jason has 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, it would be a very adventurous shot to try and play through to get to David's ball.
No, he has to just draw close. Except the fact that he's going to lose a single, or at least try hard only to lose a single. Well, it's not easy to add another one, but it would make a big difference. You're going to the last 2 ends level.
Yeah, he knows if he gets down to the back green, sits in, he'll score a second. Something like this if he gets it solid.
Yep, he's got it on the run back. Once you push the ball up and it falls back, John, there's a good chance you're going to drop in.
2 shots. David Gourlay.
Yeah, played it well. That was the way in.
Set score
Sits on
5-5
the
after
green.
7 ends.
And back it goes.
It's very, very good bowling on that end. It's almost like the two of them just had a little sort of sit down and chat to themselves. And they upped their game on that end, no doubt about that. There's just taking a moment. So
I wouldn't be totally surprised if this went to a...
Jason just getting some driving exercise in
Yeah,
there.
I'm just looking at what he's doing then.
Pretty much know what he's going to do now.
I was going to say it wouldn't surprise me if this set went and was tied and we went to a tie break anyway.
One
the way the
shot
match is
each.
gone, yeah.
It's that sort of game, isn't it? Sometimes you just need a couple of moments.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Yeah, that's a very good start. That's what we expect from David Gourlay.
Touching.
Yes.
Well, short jack tank has been fairly reliable for David Gourlay. Oh, that's a very good ball there. Real receiver for the jack, and just nicely positioned at the back as well. Couldn't have walked down and put that better. Jason, are you tempted?
How's mine gone?
Almost 2
not.
feet past, Jack high.
Just draw away at it. Just draw away at it.
No,
Make it a bit bigger.
It's going to hit it.
Oh, goodness me. Oh, he's got it. Yeah. Didn't go very far though.
Solid connection.
Well, to be fair, John, that's a pretty horrible result.
Yeah, good hit. But it was a good bowl there by David Gourlay. Good strike, clean.
The jack barely moved, you know, it should have been bouncing off the red one at all angles. Just loosened it up a bit. It's not where you wanted it. Right, Jess.
You go forehand draw now. Just trying to reach the shot ball.
Should do.
He will now.
David's only got one ball left. So Jason, draw the shot off. He has got another one left after this. If he doesn't make it, he's got a chance to take the ball out. Goodness me, he's pushed this one out wide. Here it comes. I thought he was just a shade on the wide side when he let it go. He's been holding a fairly tight line on the forehand, playing on the inside of the mat. But, he was only a foot over for weight, John. He'd have made it back all the way otherwise.
Yeah, he played it well.
David, he didn't want to hit the jack with that weight. That was a bit adventurous. Now, Jason, what will he play here? He's got a shot in the backhand, John, to come inside, pluck the ball out, probably take one of his own out, but he might get it clean. Or he can draw again. It's a typical Jason shot in the backhand, but you just never know.
Playing it off the backhand.
Oh my goodness me, look at the weight he's using. Oh, that's hard. Yeah, I didn't fancy that weight really.
He tried controlled weight.
I can understand why he was playing it, but oh,
One shot, David Gourlay.
low percentage shot.
Set score 6-5 after 8 ends.
Been interesting the last couple of ends.
I think he played that because he knows if he misses, he only drops the one. He's got the last ball the next end.
Yes, but he has to win it.
He should, and that would probably be his theory. If he gets it, it's a bonus. If he doesn't, it doesn't matter because he likes the last ball on this end.
Yes, he does. This jack's rolling, but it's safe enough.
Jack length 23 metres.
Next to the tee, 3 metres. Chance for Jason to put one in close. David's usually pretty good at that short jack length. Missed it with the first one. He's grabbed it. No. Jason might play this like a tie-break end.
Wouldn't be surprised. Yep, he's going for it.
Well, he's interested.
Hey Jack!
Oh my goodness me. Up the rink. Doesn't happen very often.
That's a good strike. Solid jack.
If it had bounced over the top of the bowl, as often it does, John, he would have been in the ditch and probably just a half yard away from it. Ooh, the reaction of David. This is a new length altogether.
Very short now. He's adjusted well to it.
Oh, he has indeed.
If this gets alongside though, he'll go again. There's just enough of a gap there.
Well, I think he'd be thinking to himself, if I draw the shot with this, I've got a chance if David misses of actually winning the match. If he drives it, well, he's going to be in a heap of trouble if he misses.
It's left him enough room, I think.
Going again.
Running it.
Oh, he's got the ball, I think. Oh, goodness me. Oh. Now he is in trouble. Real trouble. It's fine if you make a connection, John, but there's 2 red. Albeit the second one some 2 and a bit meters away. The full back position is in favour of Jason if he decides to run the jack.
Timeout call. David has 1 timeout remaining.
This is a very, very tricky on this. There's that green ball at the back. And of course Jason could also play the controlled weight to bring the jack back. Can't cover everything.
No, that's it.
Well, there's a touch on the ditch as well. There's a green one and a red ball right on the edge. So all sorts of things happening at the back of the rink. David's just trying to go on the respot by the looks of it. Secured that. You can see the red ball at the edge, but there's a green ball over there. That's a brilliant respot shot. Toucher in the ditch in the green. I don't know, I can't see him drawing it, John, can you?
Well, if he drives it, he's got to get the jack perfect through to the ditch.
He has to go again, I think. Yeah, controlled weight. Looking for the jack at the angle. He's got it. Now where's the ball going? Oh, he's hit the red ball and it
Oh.
stayed on. I don't believe it.
What a result that was.
One shot, Jason Greenslade. Set time. Match time.
I think Jason thought that he had actually lost the shot
Second
because
match.
he turned the red ball
David
over,
Graham.
but if he had got it clean off the rink, he was getting 2 shots, John, and won the match. Well, I thought he had lost the shot because he called definitely one to Jason Greenslade. But it must have been one to David Gourlay. It's a very odd finish to the game, John.
Yeah, it was definitely one to Gourlay. I think what happened, he lifted that ball. That was the difference, Dave. He'd had the single, he'd have got a tie on the set.
Absolutely, very, very strange. No doubt about that. Very, very odd. So it looks like it might have been one to Jason Greenslade, but it looks like there was a red ball kicked out. Well, a very strange finish to the game, no doubt about that. Very odd, but I think he must have turned the ball over and it stayed on, John.
Yeah, it was definitely on, but I think definitely that made a difference.
Well, it can be difficult sometimes when there's balls in the head, jacking the ditch, balls in the ditch. We expected an interesting match. It certainly turned out to be that. Absolutely no doubt. And David Gourlay started off very well and ran into a 6-0 lead at the start of the match. Specialising on the short jack length. But after that, it started to go away from him as Jason Greenslade started to play some very good bowls. Picked up a couple on that end, and that was him coming back. And David started to miss. And in the end, it was 8-all in the first set. And it was Jason out on the lead, 3-0 after 3 ends in the second. And David Gourlay came back. So 2 in the 5th end to make it level, 3-all. Jason started playing the runners now. What's this going through? Oh, it just stayed on. That's what it was. And it was 1 to David Gourlay. Fascinating game, but intriguing at the end.
Frustrating for Jason, but David Gourlay, just saying to him, he had the best view as Jason delivered his last bowl of the match, and you were watching as bowls bouncing off, the jack running into the ditch. What was going through your mind?
Just hoping my ball would just stop on the very edge, and one more roll and it was gone. Jason played the ball perfect, the jack in the ditch, but I thought he had it. Especially when he got my ball.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Extraordinary match, because there was a moment in the first set it looked as if you were running away with it, and then of course Jason came storming back.
Yeah, I played a bad end, the 8th end of the second set, lost a 4, let Jason back in, and then Jason went long. And this is probably the hardest shift, is the nighttime one. Because
why is that?
Well, it gets cold in here, and it gets probably the heaviest that it is, and the balls react differently. And it's a long day waiting to get on, so it's probably the hardest one of them all.
David, this is familiar territory for you, quarterfinals again. What are your expectations this year?
Yeah, look, we're just all taking one game at a time, to be honest. Just happy to get through that game, because Jason's a tough competitor.
Well, we wish you best of luck from here on in. David Gourlay through to the quarterfinals. Let's have a look at what the...
Scotland.
Oh, the most titles, I'm going to go with Scotland.
Scotland!
I'll go for England.
Oh, that's easy. Scotland.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today, ladies and gentlemen, from Potter's Resort. So until tomorrow, it's a good night. God bless everybody.